The Lead with Coach Francis.
Black. Go on.
Let's try this. There's been a lot of talk about Tim Mozgov's new contract with the Lakers. 4 years, $64 million. It's been compared to the contract of Steph Curry, who's currently making $44 million. It's basically a subject of MVP versus someone else. And I'm all for a man making as much as he can while he can. But the statement made by Mozgov's signing is a bit much, considering Steph Curry is making $20 million less on his contract. Now, who's at fault for this unbalanced act? No one really. It comes down to the Lakers having new money to spend, so they had the reaction of people who get frantic about their income tax check. And they go on a purchase frenzy, and after they brought about 10 different things they can't afford, they say to themselves, maybe I could have gone without that foot-long tattoo of Lion King on my back. With Mozgov, you don't know what you're getting long-term. He may turn out to be a great, that left shrimp, but all we know. But currently, he's at worst an average role player, and at best, a better than average role player. On the other hand, Steph Curry is a league MVP. Enough said. And listen, this is not a beat-down Mozgov experience. The man got paid for a skill he has. It's just a word to the audience that you can probably expect the league to invoke some new salary restrictions and or clauses, but more than that, you can probably be assured that the Lakers organization will learn from this premature signing. They won't be fooled again.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
The Lead with Coach Francis.
She's black.
Let's try this. What do you earn when you're offered a college scholarship on any level, D1, D2, or D3? It's simple, an opportunity that many people never get. And it's because of physical ability that you have that you were able to harness and turn into a talent or a skill that some coach out there saw fit would help his or her program. I like to consider it a double-edged opportunity. You get a chance to continue in a sport you love at the collegiate level, but more than that, you get the chance to make connections in life that will potentially benefit you in the business world. You of course meet some of your best friends in college, and some of the relationships you form will last a lifetime. My simple advice to a scholarship athlete is know that you have a window of time, usually 4 years, to make that scholarship count. Learn some life. Learn what you need to have a healthy career. And most of all, learn something about yourself. If all you learn in 4 years of college is how many cans of beer you can down, you're about as dumb as Dumbo and about as useless as a mouthpiece and a toothless man. It's called education for a reason. It's called an opportunity for a reason. Every day of your college experience, especially when developing things you need for your future career, should be a sort of carpe diem moment. Yes, give a 200% effort when it comes to the sport you play. If there's a professional level to the sport you play, of course try to make it there. But you got to be conscious that only a few players get there. On the other hand, more collegiate athletes become professional in something other than sports. And this is indeed commendable. And get as much education as you can while you can.
And you hung in with the best college football team in the land for 2 years. And you're also going to walk out of here with a degree. In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
The Lead with Coach Francis.
Black. Go on.
Let's try this. The talk on Kevin Durant going to Golden State Warriors, and it's evolving into a great debate. What's the debate about? They're talking whether Durant sold out to the guys who beat him and whether the league can allow such a trade of immense proportions to happen. And Can so many can so many all-stars be on one team, and how can Durant do this to OKC fans? There's a bunch of other smaller arguments that are about as meaningless as the previous. The free agency is meant to allow players to go to whatever team they want to, and Kevin Durant wants to win, and he wants to win championships, and he wants to win championships now. If you think Steph Curry has been talking to KD and convincing him that Durant's skills, his talents added to the Warriors equals instant dynasty, then you're just living in this fairy tale. Curry's top selling point wasn't the fact that he and Durant will dominate. It was that Durant will get as many shots as he did in OKC, even with guys like Klay Thompson, with guys like Iguodala on the floor. And then you have Draymond Green, who is a bit of a young enforcer now in the league, and he'll take a lot of the defensive pressure off of Durant and the other Golden State Warriors, and add in Sean Livingston, and his support is reminiscent to what James Harden provided when he was with OKC as the sixth man. And you think about it like this: if you were the best at your job and worked for a company that was good but wasn't great, and you had the chance to do this same exact job with guaranteed job security, a better support staff, some more money, and a lot less pressure, what would you do? And if you say you're full of...
Hey, man, whoa. You're really that stupid?
The Lead with Coach Francis.
Black on.
Let's try this. There was some comments made about some statements we made on the one and done issue that's facing the NCAA basketball players. One and done meaning when a basketball player is talented enough to play one season in college and then skip right to the pros. Then they do it. And these were some of the comments. Coach, you don't know what you're talking about. These kids need to get their degrees so they won't spend all their money and end up homeless. Or, Coach, what if a player gets into the NBA and gets hurt? Then all he has is his first year money. And what if he only makes like $1 million in his first year? What will he do, Coach? What will he do? Listen, bottom line is this: these young men have tremendous talent. Ever heard of going to school in the summer? Even if they decide to go one and done and are fortunate enough to get drafted, then they have the option to go to school in the summer. And as far as injury goes, look at the amount of injuries that occur annually in college ball. It's massive. This one's a simple one. If the athletes are given the option to go straight to the league after 1 year and makes the same money that they would otherwise have waited 3 or 4 years to make, then let them go make the money. Put an efficient core of people around them that are financially sound, make the correct decisions in life, and basically live long enough to know that buying 10 cars when you can only drive one may not be what you want to do with your first check. And finally ask yourself the question: if someone offered you over $1 million for a talent that you have, would you do it for free? Probably not.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
The Lead with Coach Francis.
Black on.
Let's try this. When I hear the race card being played in sports, I get a little skeptical. I never thought it would be played in the AAU basketball tournament. Well, I was wrong. Let's take a trip to Chicago for a pretty big basketball tournament hosted by Nike. Fast forward to a certain game where it seemed like things were okay. Final score showed a certain team winning, but apparently there was an issue with the coaching decisions. I see a father walking off the floor and he's pretty upset and he's saying that the coach is racist. I kind of shake my head and kind of give him the keep hope alive fist sign. Shouldn't have done that because he commenced to give me a full breakdown on how the coach of his son's 16U basketball team was a racist and he's playing a white player over his son unfairly. At this point I figured I'll wait around, watch this guy's son play the next game. Now, mind you, his son is 6'8". He looks fairly athletic, so I figured to myself, there must be something to this. I mean, who wouldn't play a 6'8" kid, right? Now, in all this, I'm assuming the coach of his team is a white man, but when I get to the court where they're playing, the coach happens to be black. I say to myself, this must be some type of self-hate racism or something. Fast forward to the tip-off. Now I gotta add that on a team of 14 players, there are 3 white players. So I'm thinking maybe I should stick around and see how the hell a black coach can be a racist against a black player and give one of 3 white players exponentially more playing time. And oh, did I find out at least why the coach made that decision. Now I'm all about helping the young brother succeed. So right at the tip, I'm watching this 6'8" kid go up and down the floor. 7 minutes of nothingness. It culminated with the 6'8" kid getting a fast break, clear open floor, rim in front of him. He goes up, and for a second I thought I was about to see Sean Kipp 2.0. Instead, I got a two-handed layup. And over to the left of me, a man screaming like his son had just signed an NBA contract. So 7 minutes into the game, you get 2 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Coach called a timeout, made some subs. Happens to be 2 players. He subbed the 6'8" kid in for the white kid. I can see the complaining dad talking to the people around him, saying, "Coach is racist." Whistle blows, and I'm immediately looking at a kid perform like Steve Nash on steroids. This kid hitting everything, man. Throwing passes better than the love child of Tom Brady and Wonder Woman. Bottom line, this kid finished with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Did I mention this kid is 5'11"? Hey, dad of the 6'8" black kid who claims that the black coach of his son's winning team is racist for playing a white player who happens to do about 100 times more than your son. The coach isn't racist. Your son is just terrible at the game of basketball.
That's terrible.
And dad, you probably should go somewhere and sit down.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
The Lead with Coach Francis.
He's black.
Let's try this. Reasons why you shouldn't be holding the Olympics in Rio. You got a national economic crisis going on. You got sewage-infested waters everywhere. Now you got talk of low ticket sales because of low fan sentiment. Tell you what, if I was an Olympic sprinter, I'd be running my ass right past Rio into the next great professional track event. Can you imagine a day in the life of an Olympian in Rio? I mean, you wake up in your fancy hotel, you go downstairs for your breakfast. You eat pretty good breakfast, you think, at least as far as previous breakfasts that you've had. And I mean, you leave your hotel for a pre-Olympic practice. You get 1 mile out of the so-called safe zone, and that throws a red flag right away in your head, because you're thinking like, safe zone, are we in war-torn territory? Then you look to your left and you say to yourself, oh, there's a small group of guys and they have small handguns and they seem to be staring me down. But it's okay. I'm an Olympian. I should be okay. You arrive at your location only to be greeted by a group of local residents who, they don't take too well to happy-go-lucky Olympians visiting their country. So they hold up signs saying, go back to where you came from, lest we kill you, or worse, we waterboard you with some of our sewage-infested water. You say to yourself, damn, I ain't really come all this way to be waterboarded with sewage-infested water from Rio, and I better hurry up and get inside the facility. Now you get inside the facility and practice is going well, but you happen during the entire time to notice a bunch of armed military personnel standing off to the side with high-powered rifles, and they're at the ready, and you say to yourself, I should be okay. I mean, after all, I'm an Olympian. So practice goes well. You get outside the facility. You get your ride comes. You say, hey, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna do a little shopping. So you ask the driver to, take you to whatever the closest mall is, and you go. But You know, while you're in the car, you feel a small little pinch on your lower leg. It's almost an unnoticeable pinch. You know, you're having to just get bit by a Zika-infected mosquito. You know, but it's okay, you know, because you won't feel the effects of that until late at night. You know, when you wake up in a slew of late-night chills and sweat, and you know, you start having nightmares of being smoted, you know, by a host of economic riddle beat citizens. You wake up, you go get a cup of water, and you say, this is the laundry smell of sewage-infested water. And now you sit there, an Olympic athlete in Rio, and you say, what the hell am I doing here?
I hate it here! I want to go home!
The Lead with Coach Francis.
Black on.
Let's try this. I was watching soccer the other day, and one of my buddies had an interesting question. And he goes, bro, what's up with you and this new interest in soccer and the Euro Cup? To which I replied with how much respect I had for these guys for representing their country. You know, in the U.S., most sports outside of track, you represent a city. And this is fine, but the pressure of representing a country versus representing a city has to be much different. You know, you let a city down, say the Chicago Bears in football, you can rejuvenate your career somewhere else. And usually the fans in that new area, they'll forgive you for any past screw-ups. But if you screw up and cause your team that represents your entire country to lose in something as popular as the Euro Cup, you know, it'd be hard to live that down, let alone walk around in public. So this is one of the main reasons why I became a fan of international soccer, or football as it's called outside the U.S. And you know, it's exciting to watch. And who couldn't be amused by some of the terminology that the commentators use? And you know, my personal favorites are the header and it was much ado about nothing. You know, I can only imagine the conversation between a soccer commentator to his companion. You know, after an exciting match, you know, hey hon, you mind fixing me some ale and a little mash for supper? And it's been a long day, love, so I could use a little header.
Because you carry a big hammer.
No, I don't carry a big hammer. I got a big hammer.